TMZ dropped their little Hollywood bomb, and suddenly the celebrity ecosystem started vibrating like a tuning fork. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle weren't ducking cameras at Kris Jenner's massive 70th birthday bash. Oh no, according to TMZ, they were practically basking in the flashes like houseplants finally seeing sunlight after years in the shade. You could almost hear the shutters clicking like applause. Let's be real. Nobody goes to a Kardashian-Jenner event to hide. Kris Jenner's parties are living, breathing PR organisms. They are engineered for visibility. They exist for exposure. You walk through that door and you're stepping onto a stage, not into a room. If you truly wanted privacy, you'd stay home, pull the curtains, and pretend you don't know how to spell paparazzi. But Harry and Meghan, they walked into that blinding sparkle like seasoned performers returning for their encore. And TMZ tells us they weren't just present. They weren't just comfortable. They were enthusiastic about being seen, relaxed, smiling, engaged. This wasn't a reluctant appearance. This was a calculated re-entry into the spotlight. Which is curious, isn't it? Because not so long ago, we were being spoon-fed a very different narrative. The quiet life, the healing arc, the privacy, the Montecito monastery of peace and enlightenment. Apparently, they wanted space from the cruel glare of fame. Yet somehow here they are stepping into Hollywood's most photographed party like it's an award show for people without awards. The message is loud, clear, and painted in gold leaf. They never wanted privacy. They wanted control. They didn't mind the spotlight. They just wanted to choose when it hit them. And what better place to relaunch yourselves than Kris Jenner's birthday extravaganza? Kris doesn't just throw a party. She choreographs a PR ballet. Every guest is a character. Every angle is curated. Every moment is monetizable. And Harry and Meghan willingly entered that environment knowing exactly what it meant. This wasn't a casual social drop-in. This was a strategic alignment. Let's be blunt. Their Hollywood trajectory hasn't exactly been soaring. The momentum has been, well, sliding like a toddler on a polished floor. Their Netflix buzz has cooled. The public interest has evaporated like perfume in the sun. Hollywood is not sentimental. If you stop trending, you stop existing. Silence is death in that world. So what do you do when your buzz is fading? You inject yourself into the bloodstream of someone whose name never stops trending. Kris Jenner is a media emperor. Her universe runs on exposure. Standing next to her is like plugging yourself into a publicity generator. Harry and Meghan walked in knowing this. They needed the voltage. And Meghan, let's talk about Meghan. Cameras aren't threats to her. They're oxygen. She understands angles, lighting, mood, timing. She knows how to stand just right so the photo lands on every gossip page from LA to London. She didn't wander into that party unaware. She knew exactly what walking through that door would trigger a media storm with her at the center. Hollywood may have cooled on her, but she hasn't cooled on Hollywood. Not one bit. And then there's Harry. The irony. He left the royal world because, according to him, the constant public spectacle crushed his soul. The cameras intruded, the flashes suffocated, the attention was unbearable. But this new version of Harry? He looks oddly at ease, relaxed, almost, dare we say, excited. It's as if the problem was never the cameras themselves, but who controlled them. Because at Kris's party, the cameras aren't hunters. They're collaborators. There's no royal protocol, no palace boundaries, just a free-flowing Hollywood photo op disguised as a birthday toast. It's performative privacy. Choose when to be seen, choose when to retreat, orchestrate the moment, and manage the fallout. And TMZ is thrilled, of course. This is the kind of story they were born for. It confirms what Hollywood insiders have been whispering. Harry and Meghan are preparing for a major comeback. Not the quiet, humble, spiritual kind. No, a big, glossy, camera-ready, PR-drenched return. Zoom out a little and the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. Meghan drifting back toward Hollywood visibility, brand deals, red carpets, variety features, little leaks here and there. Harry following along, adjusting his shirt collar, smiling like he's trying to remember why he's in the room. Now, combine that with the Kardashian-Jenner publicity machine, a universe built on spectacle, a universe where image is a currency, a universe where being photographed is a survival strategy, not an intrusion. If Harry and Meghan wanted to jumpstart their relevance, this was the most obvious place to do it. And the optics tell the whole story. They weren't in the shadows. They weren't slipping out through the service exit. They were out in the open, fully visible, basking in the spotlight they once claimed to resent. And let's be honest, this night wasn't about celebrating Kris Jenner. It was about getting back into Hollywood's bloodstream. It was about raising their profile. It was about sending a signal to the industry. We're still here. We're still shiny. Don't count us out yet. But here's the twist in this glittery little tale. Walking into Kris Jenner's party gets you attention, but it doesn't guarantee longevity. It gives you a headline, but not a foundation. It buys you relevance for the evening, but not credibility for the year. And that is the problem Harry and Meghan keep bumping into. People are tired. The narrative hasn't evolved. The sympathy tank is empty. The Hollywood shine is fading, and even fans struggle to care. A celebrity comeback requires more than cameras. It requires substance, strategy, and a little humility, none of which were on the dance floor that night. Entering Kris Jenner's party isn't a reinvention. It's a plea for visibility. And in the harsh, bright light of those paparazzi flashes, Harry and Meghan made something painfully clear. They are chasing the spotlight now, hunting it, grasping for it, and hoping Kris Jenner's glow is strong enough to reflect on them for just a little while longer. Because when the world stops watching, you either step away gracefully, or you chase the cameras until the cameras stop chasing you. And at Kris Jenner's birthday party, under the glittering weight of 1,000 lenses, Harry and Meghan showed us exactly which path they've taken.